What's going on, everybody? This is Mattdoesfitness, and apparently someone in London gets stabbed every 52 seconds. What is he doing? Why hasn't he moved house yet? Hello, welcome to another video, and today I'm talking about fixing my bench press. Now, if you watched my fixing my squat video earlier in the week, this is a very similar theme, just with a different lift, and it's literally a very parallel situation. My bench press, I've changed to a narrow grip about a couple of years ago, a year or so ago, because I had shoulder issues, and so when I was benching wide grip, I was flaring my elbows and it was hurting my shoulders. My shoulders are now really good, but because the weight has continued to increase, I didn't want to change anything. Now, what I found with my bench press is that every time I go for heavy singles, even with a narrow grip, my elbows flare. So I end up pushing, in a ridiculously inefficient position. But again, because the weight has been increasing and going up, just like with my squat, I didn't want to touch anything. However, went for a bench PR last week, something which I should have been getting because my reps and sets have gone up, and I didn't get it. And it's happened twice now, so I think it is time for a change. Again, just like with the squat, obviously I'm close to the British champ, so I have 2 months, so it is a little bit risky, but I'm confident that I will adapt to it quite quickly. And come the British champs, I'll be able to go out with a big PR. So again, what I thought I'd do is show you some clips of what I'm doing at the moment, what I think is going wrong, where I need to change things, and then a couple of kind of bits I've done with a new technique, so you can see what I'm planning on doing and how I'm planning on changing things around. What I would suggest you do now is get some kind of like clamps to force your eyes open, get maybe a monkey or perhaps a chinchilla if you have a dexterous chinchilla, just to feed you grapes, and then just relax and enjoy the clip.
Okay, let's analyze some technique. Let's get dirty. So, bench press. Now, I said at the start, I do have a very narrow bench press grip. Now, the pretty much sole reason for that was that about a year ago or a year and a half ago when I started kind of bench pressing heavy consistently, I had all kinds of shoulder issues, and so benching with a really wide grip, coupled with the fact that I was flaring my elbows to a pretty crazy degree, was putting massive stress on my shoulders, and it was making the issue worse. It was kind of exacerbating it. So I decided to bring them in really narrow, and it felt good. It worked for a while. In fact, it worked really well. Obviously my bench has gone up. It's gone up to kind of 360 something pounds, like 165 kilograms, which is a really, really good bench press. It's not amazing, but it's a solid bench press. I want a lot more. But yeah, basically the issues I'm having now is that every time I go heavy, every time I go for a PR or for a grind, my elbows flare. Now, the second my elbows flare, and you'll see it here, the second my elbows flare, I'm in a ridiculously inefficient position because obviously my grip is narrow, my elbows are then outside of my grip, and the bar's going over my head, and it's a very, very inefficient position to push from. So that, coupled with the fact that I obviously have very long arms, I have long levers, I'm not biomechanically geared towards a good bench press. I think benching with a narrow grip is kind of stupid. So the plan is to go wider. Now, this is my PR attempt, which obviously you're going to see in a second, and you'll see straight away the reason I fail PR attempts, or the reason I fail any heavy reps at any time, is always the same reason. It's always because my elbows flare, the bar travels over my face, and at that point I'm stuck. Obviously I've got a narrow grip. Like I said, it is very inefficient. So the advantage to go into a wide grip is that it's obviously going to reduce the range of movement. It's going to make it biomechanically more efficient, although it will feel obviously unstable at first, but in the long term, as with my squat changes, it will allow me to lift heavier weight. I do genuinely believe that. I've watched a lot of the IPF worlds and elite powerlifters bench pressing. Again, watch here, you see that straight away, my elbows shoot out, and from that point on, there's no way I'm going to get that, and if I do, it's a massive grind, and it's a lot harder than it should be. If you're flaring your elbows and you've got a narrow grip, you are obviously in a stupid position. There's no way you're going to do anything productive from there. So yeah, like I said, I was watching a lot of guys bench pressing, and it is very common now to have a wide grip, particularly people with long arms. If you have really long arms, narrowing your grip is just making it even more, less biomechanically advantageous, because you're obviously increasing the range of movement. So here I had to go with a couple of sets just with a wider grip. Now, it's not ultra wide, I've just gone out to the rings, but for me, it felt like ridiculously wide. It's quite funny because watching it now, it doesn't look super wide, but for me, it felt like super wide, and it felt really unstable. Like initially unracking the weight, it felt very unstable, but it did feel strong. What I noticed is that as soon as I got the bar kind of halfway up, it was there. It was easy. Like locking it out was really easy. So that is obviously the advantage you have here, because it is a shorter range of movement. After you get halfway, you know, that's kind of like the battle's done. So this is what I'm planning to do. I'm going to set up my bench press on the rings and see how it goes. I'm not planning on going any wider than that for the moment. I'll see it, you know, I mean, if this works really well and it feels easy, I might go slightly wider, but at the moment, I think this is pretty good for me. But yeah, the plan is obviously what I can do then by bringing my grip wider. I can pretty much bench in the same way I was before. I won't bring it so low down my chest. I'll bring it slightly higher up, obviously, so my hands are not, you know, like below my elbows, because that would be ridiculous. But by doing that, when my elbows flare a bit, it will kind of, it won't be so unnatural. It will be more efficient because it will fit in with my hand positioning. What I'm trying to avoid basically is having my elbows really far out from my hands, and that shouldn't be the case with this wide grip. You see there, lockout is very quick. So, like I said, that is the plan. I'm going to stick to this, see how it goes, and I'll obviously keep you updated as and when things progress. So, hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, as always, and I will see you tomorrow.